Hey friends and family from Ronny's Farm to Table. I'm inside the old farmhouse and here's little Lucy and someone who you have not met yet. Behind me, this is little Penny. She is kind of a cat who came randomly to us as well. We found her in one of our air conditioner duct systems and she was so tiny when she came, and now she's a pretty big cat, pretty happy too. And Lucy is enjoying the warm inside temperatures. So today's projects will be I have to restock my straw supply because maybe later this week I have to do a substrate mix, depending how the weather will be. We have a 3-day snow event coming in, and then we're gonna start the cloning process. We're gonna work with some of the agar petri dishes and what else we can do with it. So I will introduce everything to you guys once we are in the barn. So stay tuned, lots to do today. Are you guys ready for the craziness of mushrooms now? We are entering into the next stage. I'm gonna be cloning my own mushrooms. There's a little bit of a process to it. I will call this the part one, where we basically create an agar, which is a liquid on which mushrooms can grow, or any kind of bacteria if you want to. And I have these little glass petri dishes here, but I also have these mini mason jars as well here, which I will be using too. You see, I would like to reuse these over and over again, being a little bit more sustainable. There's a version where you can buy these done already in petri dishes in plastic form, or you can just buy plastic versions of these and throw them away after you're done. Cleaning the plastic ones is not quite easy, but there's a lot of steps going on here. So first of all, we have to get these glasses here sterilized and everything. And for this, what you have to do, you take the top lid jar here, flip it over, and then tighten it down, but not too much. You want to just hand tight, and by hand tight, basically just as close as possible so you can still turn it. There you go. This is all you need. Just hand tight it so that all the heat and everything goes through here. Over here I have one of our pressure cookers that I found around the house. Let's see how this is all gonna go. I already broke a petri dish. I'm packing it, the glass ones. So one of my fears is now having the petri dishes on top of the mason jars here. It might jiggle when it gets hot. It might break. We have to see how it goes. So this is my first run. I have a lot of those little mason jars in there. I have 5 of these petri dishes in there. Let's get those heated up for about 45 minutes, I would say. You can do it shorter, but I don't know how high the PSI on this thing goes. I cannot control that or see it. So I think 45 minutes would be a good amount to make sure that these are all perfectly sterilized in here. Let's do it. So we are now to the next part where we have our mold extract agar or agar. It really depends where you are in the United States, how to pronounce that. I will probably say agar. This is basically a gelatin solution where the mushroom can grow on. So when I cut my fresh sample out of my mushroom, or out of the inner core, I will put it on these inside the petri dishes and the mini mason jars. So, but before we can do this, we have to heat it up, get it to a boil, and then once they are boiled and mixed together very well, they can go into the mason jars, which are about 3 minutes away from being done in their sterilization process. So let's quickly do this. We need distilled water to start with, and we're gonna put it in this little kettle here. about 750 milliliters. There we go. That can go in here. Where's the top to that one? There. Alrighty. And there we go. So this was the process to create an agar, basically a growing medium where the mushroom, my cloning mushroom, can grow in. Then once it's all grown in there and white and perfect, I'm able to cut it out and put it with my grain spawn. And let me show you back here. So here's my grain spawn in the mason jar, big one. So all the little jars that you saw, they're gonna develop this white mycelium on them, and I'm gonna be able to cut it out, put it on here, have it on here for 2 weeks or so, and then it's going to become all white as well. So that's the cloning process basically of mushroom. You will see it along the way. So part 1 is done pretty much. I'm going to autoclave it or pressure cooker it right now for another 15 minutes, and then I have to put it in a refrigerator, most likely upside down, or until the gelatin basically get a little bit more solid. And what you want to do, so you don't have condensation on the top of the lid or anything, you basically turn it around so that the gelatin actually would stick on the top. That's when you know the gelatin is cool enough. It will be interesting. A lot of things that can go wrong. And the nice thing is, when I did all of this process okay and correct, when the gelatin sticks on the top, I will be able to see if I have any contamination in it as well. So, like, I tried to be as clean as possible. All of the surfaces was several times cleaned off. The water was hot and everything. The knife got cleaned off several times. I didn't have a stirring stick at the moment. So if there was any contamination, I will see it within the next couple of days, because that growing medium, the agar, that's what they do. That's what they use in laboratories to see if there's any kind of bacteria or anything. And within the next 3-4 days, I will see if there's something happening. If there's nothing happening, they're all good and good to use for my mushrooms. So that was part 1 of cloning mushrooms. Pretty cool, right? So friends, it's time to bring Kaiser inside. The snowstorm is starting. So the first couple flurries are flying through the air. The wind is increasing, and Kaiser has to come inside. Ne? Hey friends, so Kaiser's ready to go inside, right Kaiser? Oh yes, he is. I'm pretty happy we got a substrate cut before the several-day winter storm is coming in here. The straw is cut already for the substrate mix, and I'm really excited about the cloning process. I hope that I didn't screw up too much the whole process there on top of that freezer there, but we should be good, I think. We should be good. So let's bring Kaiser inside. Yo. Oh, let me come up here. Getting a little bit slippery. Oh, yeah. It's not that cold. You don't have to shake your teeth. Come on. Go in. Yeah. Bye, friends. See you tomorrow.